Miss Vivian, can you explain to Miss Avalos?
Señorita Avalos, tenés que ir y andar en el cuarto número 5, seguir la invitación que está en la pantalla. Okay.
Am I able to go into a breakout room with Mr. Rosenthal, if possible?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Rosenthal, she's in 3.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
All right, good afternoon. Are we ready to proceed?
We are.
All right, let's do it. I am ready. I'll start at the top of the screen. The people versus last name Angeles, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Let me find your case very quickly. I have the following. Case number Z8086591. Counsel, your appearance.
Judge Colin Daniels on behalf of Mr. Angeles. Robert,
right.
can you unmute yourself?
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Please state your name for the record.
This is Robert Angeles.
Thank you. Okay, counsel, today is the date scheduled for pretrial. Mr. Rosenthal, please place your appearance on the record for me.
Yes. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P84807.
Thank you. All right, how are the people proceeding? How are the parties proceeding on today for purposes of pretrial?
It's my understanding after a brief conversation with defense counsel that they put in a FOIA request and they didn't get some discovery. I did give the defense attorney my email to give me so I can maybe see if there's any additional discovery. I'm not sure where they want to stand with the case at this moment, Your Honor.
So, Judge, that's all correct. I already talked to my paralegal about sending Mr. Rosenthal an email with a discovery request in it. We're basically just trying to find out if there are any videos. I do have the police report, but I just am not sure if there are any videos. So I guess based on that, I would ask the court to adjourn it and give us another pretrial date.
All right, I will adjourn it out for 2 weeks. That's about the best I can do, Mr. Rosenthal. Let's get that settled as to whether or not there's a video. That shouldn't take too long to determine, right?
Hopefully not, Your Honor. Like I said, I got to email the officer, and hopefully I'll find out within 2 weeks. But given the date of the incident and today's date, I'm not sure if there would be, given DPD's policy, but I'm still going to find and double check, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. I will grant the request. Yes.
Sorry, the only thing that I wanted to add is we also sent, apparently there were some officers from Wayne State University also involved. We did send a FOIA request to them as well. They indicated about a week ago on August 10th, actually 1 week ago on August 10th, that it would be 4 weeks before they could get us any video.
On August 10th, they said it would be 4 weeks before they could get any video.
Correct.
Okay, the best I can do is I will bring this back. I really hate to schedule it for another pretrial. I would prefer to just schedule it for a bench trial and give you all enough time to get everything that you need. And certainly I'll give you all the opportunity to resolve it should you decide to do so prior to the trial.
Judge, well, my anticipation is after a conversation with my client is that we're probably going to be filing motions, but I can't do that without having all the videos.
Okay, then counsel, do you want to ask for a jury trial? And you'll have all the time you need, months and months, to do whatever you need to do. I just don't want to I can place this on for the 7th of September. No, I'm sorry. I would need to go to the 14th of September.
And I just, if I may, Your Honor, place on the record, I haven't talked to anyone from Wayne State University, so I have no knowledge of the conversation they had with the video. Obviously, once I get the email, I'm going to reach out whoever was involved with the case. I just want to say I don't know about any videos that anyone has at this point.
And counsel, they have indicated to you they need 4 weeks to produce a video.
Yeah, we got an email from them on August 10th. They actually said it will be approximately 4 weeks or longer, but so I'm anticipating that it's going to be 4. The exact language is we estimate that it will take 4 weeks to fully process your request, including collecting and examining the requested records, reviewing and identifying applicable exemptions, and redacting or otherwise removing exempt material.
Okay. So counsel, what I'm going to do is I'll grant your request. I'll adjourn the pretrial to September 14th, 2022. That will be at 10:30 a.m.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judge. I really appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Take care, both of you.
Have a good day, Judge.
You do the
Thank you,
same.
Mr. Rosenthal.
Thank you.
All right, I'm ready on Alcantara, SB 133-91611. Counsel, your appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Chip Birschbach on behalf of Mr. Alcantara, who appears in my office and agrees to have this hearing conducted by Zoom.
Thank you, counsel. All right, how are the parties proceeding for purposes of pretrial?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. I believe we've come to a resolution. On this case, we are going to be looking at, and just let me find it, Your Honor. We're going to be looking at a 3-month delayed on the count that we do have, Your Honor. Nothing else additional, but just a 3-month delayed sentence on the disorderly conduct in talks.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Rosenthal, say that again. You faded out a little bit. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. So for SP 13391-611, the disorderly conduct intoxication, we are going to ask for a 3-month delayed sentence on this count.
Okay, wonderful. Counsel, your client will be pleading guilty today with the 3-month delayed
Yes, Your Honor.
sentence.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Alcantara, please state your name for the record.
Nathan Alcantara.
Alcantara, thank you. Sorry for
No,
mispronouncing.
it's okay.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. Counsel, please establish for the record that your client understands his constitutional right to a trial and that he's freely and voluntarily giving up that right to take advantage of the people's offer. You may proceed.
Thank you. We reviewed an advice of rights form on the court form. You understand you're giving up all your rights to a trial in this matter by pleading and taking this plea offer?
I do.
You understand all the rights on the form you've read, and you understand all those rights, correct?
I do.
That would include the right to a trial, to remain silent, to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. All those matters you're giving up today by entering into this plea bargain, correct?
I do.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No.
Have there been any threats made to you today?
No.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you want me to establish a factual basis as well, Your
Yeah,
Honor?
you may do so at this time.
All right. Were you in the city of Detroit on April 8th, 2022 at the Tigers opening day game?
Yes.
Did you have an open beer in a can out in public?
I did.
All right. And you recognize that that was not allowed by the ordinance?
Yes.
And are the people satisfied? Is that what he's being charged with? Disorderly conduct, intoxication for having an open intoxicant in a public place?
Your Honor, we discussed that. I was trying to amend it to open intoxicants. It sounds a lot better.
Well, no, he has to plead to the factual basis as charged, and then I can amend the charge. But right now, the factual basis that you've placed on the record does not fit the charge.
If I may continue with my client, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you. Were you acting in a disorderly manner at the time?
No. Yes.
Okay. In order to establish a factual basis, you have to admit that you were acting
Oh, okay.
in a disorderly manner with
Okay.
the open intoxicants.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Your Honor?
Mr. Rosenthal,
Yes, so the date and time, sir, that you were stopped by the police on the way to the game, were you acting disorderly with the intoxication?
Yes.
Satisfied, Your Honor?
I'm thinking about it.
Your Honor, he was at opening day with an open beer, walking across the street in the crosswalk.
Then counsel, your client is saying that he was disorderly, and that's not what he's been charged with.
I understand.
Saying
And-
for disorderly, I'm sorry, disorderly for having an open intoxicant in the public. Those are two separate charges.
And I understand that, Judge, and I did discuss this with the prosecutor and requested we would plead to an amended charge of open intoxicants. And I thought that Mr. Rosenthal, I'll let him speak for himself, but I feel like he would be agreeable to that, but for some technical reason, he wasn't able to do that today.
So yes, Your Honor, so after viewing this ticket says disorderly conduct intoxicants. So with this ticket, it seems to be open intox was the count given. It's written under disorderly, which is the umbrella kind of code that we do use for a lot of different infractions. And for this, after looking at the individual's JS, looking at the record, I think the 3-month delay, I'm fine with that as long as within those 3 months it doesn't happen or nothing else comes up, Your Honor, as long as you're satisfied with as well.
I'm not satisfied with the factual basis. Are you amending the charge and then having the client, the individual plead to the amended charge of open intoxicant in a public place?
No, Your Honor, we'll just stick with the, so, sir, on the date and time, were you acting disorderly at the date and time?
Mm,
No?
He was not.
Okay, what we can do, Your Honor, is I'll ask you, and I'll make a motion to amend it to open intox just because of the vagueness of the ticket. It has 2 infractions on there. I'm fine and open to amending the ticket to open in talks under a 3-month delayed sentence, Your Honor.
Counsel in response.
I have no objection to that, Your Honor, and I appreciate your concern.
All right, I will amend the charge to open intoxicants in the public's view. And I will accept your client's plea of guilty. And I'm ready for sentencing. I'll follow the 3-month delayed sentence guidelines.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client's a senior at Wayne State University, lives downtown. He's never really been in trouble before. He's maybe has a ticket on his record, driving record. I'm sure he's told his friends not that this was dumb and not to do it again, and I know he won't either. I believe one of his friends received a similar deal and was fined $75. I don't know if that was from your court, but clearly, given the fact this was opening day, I'd ask the court for a nominal fine.
Okay, thank you, counsel. What I will do. All right, I'll follow the guidelines for the 3-month delayed sentence. And so that will be, the 3-month delayed sentence will be November 17th, 2022. I'll schedule it for 10:30 a.m. That'll be his review date. On today, counsel, I do have to assess our costs in the amount of $200, and the fine will be $50. How quickly can your client get this paid?
I'm sorry, $200 plus cost of $50?
$200 for cost, $50 for the fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. He will pay at the kiosk if he could have 48 hours to do that.
Oh, absolutely. What I will do is counsel, I am going to place this on my docket for August 22nd. It'll be an adjourn to pay. And it'll be on August 22nd, 2022 at 10:30. As long as your client gets it paid, he does not have to come back to court. As long as he doesn't get any tickets, then on that November 17th date, this matter will be dismissed.
Do we need to appear on November 17th, Your Honor?
No, as long as he does not get any additional tickets, he does not need to appear.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you so much, counsel. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal.
Thank you.
All right.
We have Attorney Fidel, Your Honor, as well.
Yes, I'm about to do that case right now. I have case number SV 133-59041 for Hussein Ajel. Counsel, your appearance.
Yes, you're on mute, sir, Attorney Fidel.
Unmute. There we go. Okay.
All right, counsel, your appearance.
Ziad, Z-I-A-D, Fidel, F-A-D-E-L, P32019, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Ali Hussein Ajil.
Thank you. Where's your client today, counsel?
He is to my left, Your Honor, and we have an interpreter with us also, who is a Supreme Court qualified interpreter, and here he is.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
If you want to
Good
swear him in.
One second, counsel. Miss Mack, did that go through the court for the interpreter?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not familiar with him.
Right, I need to follow protocol, counsel. You need to call my clerk, okay? Please call my clerk. I can't go outside of the court's protocol.
He has his card with him, by the way.
I understand, and that's so wonderful, but I don't vet interpreters. That is done by an administrative person here at the courthouse. That's not my responsibility, and I'm not qualified to do so. And so I need you to reach out to my clerk, sir.
And what's the phone number, Your Honor?
It's in the chat, but I'll give it to you. It's 313-965-2280, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're very welcome. Ms. Vivian, you are here on a matter. Are we ready to proceed with that matter?
Yes, I'm here for, actually I was here for 2, but I don't know if there's another interpreter for the other. Right now, I think we're going to do Miss Avalos.
Okay, very good.
Jennifer Avalos.
Very good. Ms. Vivian, please let me have you raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties on today, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. State your name as well as your qualifications.
My name is Antonia, Antonia. My last name is Vivian, Vivian. I'm a state of Michigan qualified Spanish English interpreter.
Thank you. All right. I have from Ms. Avalos, SP 134-12731. Please state your full name for the record, Ms. Avalos.
Este es el caso SP 134-12731. Diga su nombre por la acta, señorita Avalos.
Jennifer Ábalos.
Jennifer Avalos.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And good afternoon.
Gracias y buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
Who's the attorney representing Ms. Avalos?
¿Dónde está la abogada que representa señorita Avalos? The interpreter would like to state it was Miss Warfield.
Ms. Warfield, are you with us?
She might be in a breakout room.
Ms. Warfield? All right, I'll have to recall it.
Se tiene que llamar un poquito más tarde. Esperamos.
Okay.
All right. What do we have ready? Let's go to Ali Ahmed. Are we ready on Mr. Ahmed?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, wonderful. I have case number SX 3971764, counts 1 and 2. Counsel, your appearance.
And please, this court, Your Honor, good afternoon. Ben Werling, P64889 on behalf of Mr. Ahmed.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Werbling. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Judge.
Mr. Ahmed, state your full name for the record, please.
Ali Abdullah Ahmed.
Thank you, sir. All right. Counsel, today is the day scheduled for pretrial. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I do believe we have a resolution, Your Honor. I've spoken with Mr. Rosenthal. He's indicated to me that count 1 was going to be dismissed and count 2, the civil infraction, would be amended to blockading.
All right, very good. Let me have your client. Please raise your right hand, Mr. Ahmed. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Mr. Werbling, you may proceed and also establish the factual basis.
And Mr. Ahmed, on the date and time in question and at the alleged location, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yeah.
And would you say that it's fair to say that you possibly or most likely drove through the lanes improperly?
Yeah.
That's a yes?
Yeah.
And that occurred in the city of Detroit?
What's that?
That occurred in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Ahmed, no one made you enter into this plea. Is that correct? You're doing so freely and voluntarily. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. I'll accept your plea of responsible. I am amending the charge to blockading traffic. I am assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $175. Your other matter will be dismissed upon payment of this civil infraction. How quickly can you get it paid?
Give me like about a week. I can get it paid.
You can get it paid in a week? All right.
That would be great.
wonderful.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, and so I will put it on my docket for August 19th. No, that's this week. I'm still trying to hold on to August. I am. I'll put it on for August 29th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as he gets it paid before that date, he does not have to return to court, Mr. Werbling.
Understood, Judge. And then there was just a housekeeping matter whenever the court was ready.
Yes, you may
So
proceed.
my client, he had several matters, I guess. It may have been, we might have miscalendared it. They were set for this morning. Should I just contact Ms. Mack and see about scheduling those?
Yes, those were all scheduled for pretrial unless you want to take the time to, because they have gone into capias
Yeah.
with a bond. And so,
Oh, boy.
counsel, if you could, maybe you and Mr. Rosenthal could talk about those 4 matters while your client is here.
Okay, that would be great, Judge.
Okay, so
Yep,
Mr.
I'll stand by.
They're on the 8:30 docket.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion on that. Thank you, Your Honor. So I'll stick around and I'll speak with Mr. Rosenthal.
All right, very good. So you want to have your client stick around too, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Mr. Ahmed will stay on with me.
All right, very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good. I'm going to place your client on mute, and then I want to go back to Ms. Avalos. Ms. Warfield, are you there, Attorney Warfield? All right, I'm going to keep moving. I don't see any other defendants on the screen that are ready to go. And so do we have any? If you're here in the courtroom, please turn on your camera. Yes, Attorney Hill?
You can close out the breakout room for all the traffic, Your Honor,
All
if you
right.
haven't already.
I have not, but I will do that.
And we're ready on
Okay.
everyone.
Wonderful. Ms. Warfield, are you ready on Ms. Avalos?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Viviano has already been sworn in. Ms. I'm going to, please don't talk out in my courtroom. Thank you so much. Give me 1 second, they'll chat with you. All right.
Señorita Avalos, enciende su micrófono. Turn on your microphone. Yeah.
All right, very good. I have case, I'm recalling case number SP 134-12731. Ms. Avalos, please state your full name for the record.
Vamos a regresar al caso SP 134-12731. Señorita Avalos, diga su nombre.
Jennifer Ábalos.
Jennifer Avalos.
All right, thank you. Counsel, your appearance, I'm sorry, for the record.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Jessica Warfield, P85391 on behalf of Ms. Avalos.
All right.
Sí, su señoría, soy Jennifer Warfield, representando señorita Avalos 85391, el número de registración.
Okay.
Right. Counsel, how are we proceeding today with respect to this pretrial?
Y licenciada, ¿cómo es que vamos a proceder aquí hoy para este prejuicio?
Yes, Your Honor, I have had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Rosenthal, the prosecutor, and we have provided valid documentation. He has agreed to dismiss this matter.
Sí, su señoría. Yo tuve la oportunidad de hablar con el señor Rosenthal, el fiscal, por este asunto y vio la documentación que se necesitaba y está de acuerdo de renunciar a este caso.
Right, wonderful. The matter is dismissed without prejudice. Thank you for your patience today, Ms. Avalos.
Este caso es renunciado sin prejuicio. Gracias por su paciencia, señorita Avalos, en este asunto. Ya terminamos.
Let's close. She's here for somebody else.
Please mute your device. All right, thank you. Ms. Avalos is excused.
Señora, usted se puede ir. Sí, gracias. Adiós.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can I suggest something? Mr. Yusuf Hermes is here, a person I know who is an excellent interpreter for Arabic and English, and he's also Iraqi, which is a perfect match for my client, who is also Iraqi. And if Yusuf could be allowed to interpret for him, that would be a fantastic resolution.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Mack, did you reach out to make sure that that's acceptable? I know that Mr. Hermes is on the list as one of our interpreters.
That's correct, Judge, but I spoke to Interpreter Services and they're having Ms. Asmar come on for his client.
Oh, okay. Counsel, we have to wait for Ms. Asmar. I didn't know Mr. Hermes was on today, so I don't know if Ms. Mack knew. All right, so we have to wait for the interpreter.
Could
All
we-
right. She'll be dialing in shortly. All right, Ms. Vivian, who else did you have?
I had Mr. Arredondo Tovar, but it looks like Ms. Cox is here. So I guess there's some confusion.
There was, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but Mr. Tovar joined courtroom 533 and they checked his number and they told him to join your courtroom, and Judge Mecanico asked me to come with him in case there wasn't an interpreter. I'd be glad to leave and Miss Vivian can take over. It's either way would work for me.
All right, so since we already have one, yes, Miss Vivian, or do you all decide? I'm good.
If we can get done within 20 minutes, it's great. I have another case, but I
I'll
think
do it
everything's all
next.
set. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna
right.
call you next, Ms. Cox. Thank you so much for joining us.
Alrighty, alrighty.
Enjoy your
Bye,
day.
Maria.
Bye-bye.
I have the following. Are the attorneys ready on Mr. Arredondo Tovar?
Los contrayentes están preparados para el señor Arredondo Tovar.
I'm asking the attorneys.
Your Honor, I
Yes.
have not gotten an opportunity to speak with Mr. Tovar. I'm not sure if Attorney Hill has either.
All right, I need them to go in the breakout room, Miss Wilson, if you could send Attorney Warfield and Miss Vivian and Mr. Arredondo into a breakout room, that would be great.
Vamos a ir en un cuarto virtual, señor Arredondo, así usted puede hablar con la abogada.
All right. Let's see, Mr. Hill, who are we ready on?
Everybody.
All right, I'll just start at, well, my screen is bouncing.
Seguí la invitación en la pantalla. Join, tienes que ir.
All right. Mr. Arredondo, please join.
Señor Arredondo, tiene que seguir la invitación en la pantalla. Tienes que ir. Okay.
I will go to John Angel. I have case number SP 125-84541. Mr. Angel, please state your full name for the record.
John Manuel Angel.
Mr. Attorney Hill, my apologies, go right ahead with your appearance.
Ryan Hill, P68445 on behalf of Mr. Angel. Mr. Angel is going to be continuing his not guilty plea. He's requesting a bench trial. He's waiving his rights to a jury trial. Is that right, Mr. Angel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, very good. I will set the matter for a bench trial. It will be set for Tuesday, September 6, 2022, and that will be at 10:30 a.m.
10:40 a.m.
10:30, yes, sir. Thank
10:30?
you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Angel. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Appreciate it. You too. Thank you.
I'm ready on Kwame Alman. I have case numbers SP 126-87551, SP 126-8213, counts 1 and 2. Counsel,
Ryan Hill, on behalf of the defendant. Sorry, Judge, who did you call?
Mr. Alman. Kwame?
Can I leave the room?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Say your name for the record.
Kwame Devon Norman.
Thank you, sir. How are we proceeding?
Judge, I have two defendants that are identical. Is this Alman or Almay?
Alman.
Alnay.
Alman. I'm calling Alman, A-L-M-O-N.
My client wishes to avail himself of the offer at this time, Judge. He'll be pleading to a no proof of insurance. The remaining matters will be dismissed, and I can voir dire my client as it relates to his rights if you'd like.
Yes, you may, let me have you raise your right hand, Mr. Alman. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Attorney Hill, you may proceed.
Mr. Alman, you're pleading to a civil infraction, but you do understand you have a right to a bench trial as it relates to the misdemeanors and a formal hearing where the prosecution will have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you committed the crime you're being charged with. And it's more probable than not in terms of the responsibility as it relates to the civil infraction. You don't want to do that. You want to waive your rights to a trial in a formal hearing and take advantage of this plea. Is that correct?
Yeah. I know I was guilty. I ain't gonna lie about it.
Very good. No, Mr. Allman, you know, you have you have a right to a trial. You're waiving your right to the trial and you're going to plead responsible to no proof of insurance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Judge will stipulate to the facts as they appear in the ticket on the date and time issued in the citation. My client was driving a vehicle and he was
Walk to the right, sir.
Mr. Ahmed, can you put yourself on mute?
Jesus.
Yes, you. Can you put yourself on mute? Mr. Alvin, we'll stipulate to the facts, Judge, as they appear in the ticket. My client was operating a motorized vehicle in the city of Detroit without proper insurance or without proof of insurance.
All right, thank you, counsel. Ms. Mack, can you give me the statutory fine for the responsible plea that's being entered?
That's for the no proof of insurance, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second, please, sorry. 195.
All right, counsel, I'm accepting the plea of responsible. I'm assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $195. How quickly can your client get that paid?
We have 2 weeks, Judge.
Absolutely. So I will bring this back on September 2nd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as your client gets it paid before that date, he does not have to reappear. The matter will be closed out and the remaining 2 matters will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Alman. You are free to leave.
Thank you.
All right, very good. I am ready next on, and I'm sorry, Ms. Asmar has joined us. And so I am going to ask that Ms. Asmar, I'm sorry, first counsel, do you need to go in a breakout room with Ms. Asmar? Counsel for
No,
Asia.
no, Your Honor, we do not need, I know Ms. Asmar quite well. She's a
Okay.
superb translator, interpreter,
Okay,
and she is gonna, I believe she's Iraqi also. It's gonna be a perfect fit for our client who is from Iraq.
okay, wonderful. Let me have you raise your right hand, Ms. Asmar. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words spoken by the parties in today's proceedings and that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God? We can't hear you. I think you're muted.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may place your hand down and state your name as well as your qualifications.
Sarah Asmar, Michigan Courts, Qualified Arabic Interpreter, number 1761.
All right, very good. Counsel, your appearance for the record.
Ziad, Z-I-A-D, Fadel, F-A-D-E-L, P32019, attorney for the defendant.
All right, and let me have the defendant, please state your name. I don't know if I placed the case number on the record. Again, it's SB 133-59041. Mr. Hussein Gio, please state your full name for the record.
ينادي القضية المرقمة SP 133-590-1-041. سيد حسين، عرف نفسك.
حسين علي عجيل.
حسين علي عجيل.
Thank you. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding today?
حضرة المحامي، كيف تحب نتابع في الموضوع؟
Your Honor, I believe we have pre-tried the matter with Mr. Rosenthal, and he has offered a reduced plea to a 6 months delayed sentence. And
احنا حكينا مع السيد روزنثال وجينا باتفاق اللي هو تخفيض الحكم إلى 6 أشهر.
And Your Honor, the client will also have to take a course on hand intervention with guns. Is that correct, Mr. Rosenthal?
Yes, if I may, Your Honor, it would be the handgun intervention course, correct?
الاتفاق هو تخفيض الحكم، تخفيض إلى تأجيل الحكم إلى ما بعد 6 أشهر، كذلك حضور درس في كيفية الاستعمال السلاح وكيفية الاعتناء به وما إلى ذلك. هل هذا صحيح سيد روزنثال؟ نعم، هذا صحيح.
And Your Honor, my understanding also is that my client will plead guilty to the charge of violating an ordinance of the city of Detroit regarding firearms. And he fired it into the ground after being given the gun by a friend of his.
حسب القاضية موكلي سوف يقر بالذنب لأنه عمل مخالفة بقانون مدينة ديترويت، إنه تم إعطائه سلاح ما وتم رفع السلاح وتصويبه نحو الأرض وإطلاق النار.
That is correct, Your Honor. If I may ask my client to establish a foundation for the charge.
إذا تسمحي لحضرة القاضية أسأل موكلي بعض الأسئلة حتى نثبت هذه التهمة.
Mr. Ajil, please raise your right hand.
سيد عجيل ارفع يدك اليمين.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
هل تقسم بأن تقول الحق وليس إلا كلمة الحق في إفاداتك هذه وتحت طائلة القانون؟
نعم.
Yes.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed by establishing your client's constitutional rights, that he understands them, that he's giving them up, and then you can move on to the factual basis.
You understand that you have the right.
Wait a minute, counsel. Let her interpret.
حضرة المحامي اشرح لي موكلك ما هي حقوقه، وأريد أتأكد أنه يفهم كل هذه الحقوق، وكذلك أنطيني الحقائق المثبتة بخصوص التهمة. تفضل.
You understand that you have the right to have a trial before a group of individuals who are called jurors.
تعرف أنه عندك الحق بالمطالبة بمحاكمة من قبل هيئة محلفين؟
Yes. نعم.
Yes.
Did this incident occur in the city of Detroit?
هل هذه الحادثة حصلت في مدينة ديترويت؟
نعم.
Yes.
And did you shoot a gun into the ground?
بالغلط.
أنت صوبت وضربت السلاح على الأرض؟
نعم، ما كانت قاصد وهو وحده رمى للأرض.
Yes, without intention, and it was toward the ground.
Your Honor, I have no further questions to ask of my client.
حضرة القاضية ما عندي المزيد من الأسئلة لاستجواب موكلي.
All right, are the people satisfied?
هل الادعاء راضي؟
All right, then I'm accepting your client's plea of guilty. I'll follow the, Mr. Rosenthal, did you hear the testimony regarding this matter?
I didn't. No, I did not, Your Honor.
المحكمة توافق على هذا الإقراء. سيد روزنفيل، هل أنت استمعت إلى أقوال المدعي عليه؟ كلا حضرة القاضي.
Let me go over it again, Your Honor, if I may.
I did hear into the ground, if that's what we were talking about.
Did you fire the pistol into the ground?
هل أنت صوبت وأطلقت النار من المسدس باتجاه الأرض؟ Yes.
نعم.
Yes.
Yes. And did this happen in the city of Detroit?
هل هذه الحادثة حصلت في مدينة ديترويت؟
Yes. نعم.
Yes.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. If Mr. Rosenthal has any questions, he's free to.
حضرة القاضي، أنا ليس لدي المزيد من الاستجواب لموكلي، أما عن السيد روزنفيل ما متأكد إذا عنده أسئلة.
Are the people satisfied?
Your Honor, so sir, on that date and time in question, did you fire a firearm in the city of Detroit?
في ذلك اليوم والتاريخ هل أنت أطلقت رصاص في مدينة ديترويت؟
نعم، طلقة واحدة فقط.
One only.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
الادعاء موافق.
Thank you. I'll accept the plea of guilty. I'll follow the 6-month delayed sentence.
المحكمة توافق على هذا الإقرار بالذنب، وسوف يتم تأجيل النطق بالحكم لمدة 6 أشهر.
And I'll also require the defendant to attend the handgun prevention course.
كذلك أأمر المدعي عليه بأنه يحضر درس لكيفية استخدام السلاح.
Right, counsel, is there anything else you'd like me to know about your client before I continue with sentencing?
Your Honor, I don't believe he has any prior contact with the law.
حضرة القاضي أنا ما أعتقد أنه كان عنده أي تاريخ جنائي وأي مخالفة مع القانون.
And Your Honor, if you're going to assess a fine, he is able to pay a $200 fine within 7 days.
حضرة القاضية إذا أنت قدرتي مبلغ الغرامة فهو قادر أن يدفع مبلغ $200 خلال أسبوع.
Thank you. I am going to assess our cost in the amount of $200. The fine will be $75. I'll give your client 14 days to get it paid, counsel. Is that enough time?
Oh, I'm sure it will be, Your Honor. He can pay it within 7 days, he says.
Okay, الغرامة $75 والتكاليف $200 وراح أعطي له عدد أيام 14. هل بإمكان الدفع؟ أعتقد بإمكان الدفع خلال أسبوع.
All right, have your client get it paid before August 29, 2022. I'm putting it on my docket for 10:30. However, I will review this matter in 6 months on February 17, 2023, and that will be at 10:30 as well. And as long as your client doesn't have any issues, the matter will be dismissed.
And you will not have to appear, Your Honor.
المبلغ لازم يندفع كحد أقصى تاريخ 29 القادم 2022. راح أجل موعد الإقرار الحكم إلى تاريخ 17/2/2023 الساعة 10:30 وهذا معناه إرجاء الحكم لمدة 6 أشهر.
And Your Honor, will we have to appear if he's done everything he's supposed to do?
حضرة القاضي لازم إحنا نظهر لو هو التزم بكل الأوامر التي أعطيت له.
Appearance not required, as long as he's done everything he's supposed to do.
لا يجب عليك الظهور طالما هو كان ملتزم وحقق بنجاح كل الأوامر المفروضة.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal. Thank you, Your Honor. Nice
Thank you. All right.
أشكر السيد روزنثال وأشكر المحكمة. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Asmar. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. I am ready now to go to, I see that there is an Adams on my docket, Wilmore Adams, SP 126-03761. Are we ready on Mr. Adams?
We are. Ryan Hill on behalf of Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams, state your name, please.
Yes, unmute for me.
Unmute Mr. Adams. Oh, he's the in-person judge.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize that. All right, we're gonna have to come back to Mr. Adams. I need to keep the docket moving. Let's go to Miss Vivian. Are we able to go? Did you have Mr. Arredondo?
Yes, yes. And if Miss Warbling is ready, we're ready. Warfield, I'm sorry, Warfield.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Yes, okay.
Señor Arredondo, enciende su micrófono. Get yourself off mute. Okay.
All right. I have case numbers SP 1268276, counts 1, 2, and 3. Counsel, your appearance.
Good afternoon,
Este
Your
es
Honor.
el caso SP 1268-27-6, 1, 2 y 3. Introducciones, por favor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Jessica Warfield, P85391 on behalf of Mr. Arredondo.
Gracias, su señoría. Jessica Warfield, registro 85391, representando al señor Arredondo.
Thank you. Mr. Arredondo, please state your name for the record.
Señora Redondo, diga su nombre por la acta.
Francisco Arredondo Tobar.
Francisco Arredondo Tovar.
Thank you. Council, how are we proceeding today?
Yes, I had an
Licenciada,
opportunity to
¿cómo
speak-
es que vamos a proceder?
Yes, I had an opportunity to speak with my client, Your Honor, and at this time, he would like to set his matters for a bench trial.
Sí, su señoría. Yo tuve una oportunidad de hablar con el cliente y queremos mover adelante a una fecha de juicio con juez.
All right, I'll set the and your client understands his right to a jury trial and still wishes to have a bench trial.
Yes, Your Honor, I did explain that right.
Y su señorita Warfield, su cliente entiende la diferencia de que él tiene el derecho de tener un juicio con jurados. Sí, su señoría, le expliqué la diferencia de los dos juicios si queremos juicio con juez.
Right, very good. I'm going to set the matter for bench trial on September 6th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
Entonces, este asunto se mueve para prejuicio con juez el 6 de septiembre 2022 a las 10:30 de la mañana.
¿Cómo dijo el último? ¿10 qué?
El 6 de septiembre
Ajá,
2022 a las 10:30 de la mañana.
10:30.
September 6th, 2022, 10:30 a.m.
Va a ser en la corte cara a cara, ¿verdad?
So is it going to be in court face to face?
No, it will not be.
Okay.
Will be on
No.
Zoom.
No, va a ser en Zoom, como es aquí ahora, the way it is now.
Está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Vivian. I think that's it for you.
Yes, thank you. Have a good afternoon.
All right. you do
Eso
that.
es todo, señora Redondo. Nos vemos el 6 de septiembre. Se puede ir.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's go back to Wilmer Adams. Let's try it again. SP 126-037-61. Mr. Adams, please unmute and tell me your name.
Wilmore Lester St. Adams, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, Attorney Hill. Did you
Ryan
have-
Hill, on behalf of Mr. Adams. Your Honor, Mr. Adams is set for a pretrial today. He's going to continue his not guilty plea. He's requesting a bench trial. He's waiving his right to a jury. Is that right, Mr. Adams?
Yes, it is.
All right, very good. I am going to set the matter for bench trial. It will take place on September 6, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
Nothing, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Adams. You are free to leave.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.
Mr. Hermes, whose case are you here on? You keep disappearing.
Your Honor, because they were putting me in the breakout room. I am for Mr. Ahmed, and he had an opportunity to speak with House Counsel.
Okay, I don't see Mr. Ahmed. So when he turns on his camera, I'll be able to call his case.
He's
Until then-
physically in the court, Your Honor. I
Judge,
believe.
he's physically in the courtroom.
Okay, are we ready on Mr. Ahmed?
We are, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Mr. Hermes, while he's approaching the podium, thank you for raising your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words spoken by the parties on today, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Ahmed, please join us.
سيد أحمد انضم لنا ونقول اسمك للمحكمة.
To the podium, Mr. Ahmed.
سيد أحمد قول اسمك للمحكمة.
My name is Ahmed.
Thank you.
My
Let
name
me
is Ahmed Ahmed.
Let me place the case numbers on the record. I have SP 131-9209, counts 1, 2, and 3. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Rosenthal. Mr. Ahmed has agreed and Mr. Rosenthal has also agreed that he can set this matter for trial after he takes a driver's improvement course.
أنا تكلمت مع أولا القاضية قالت رقم القضية تبعك حقك وعندك 3 مخالفات وكيف راح تبدي بالقضية، والمحامية جيسيكا وورفيلد قالت تكلمت مع المدعي العام واتفقوا اثنينهم أنه بيعملوا موعد جديد لمحاكمة من قبل القاضية، وعلى شرط أنه أنت تكمل درس أو صف في تحسين يعني قابلياتك في السياقة وكيف تكون سياقة دفاعية لك.
All right, and so Attorney Warfield, are you indicating that we're going to set this for a bench trial, give him an opportunity to take the class, and if he does so, then the people will consider making an offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
تقولين احنا راح نعمل محاكمة من قبل القاضية ويتنازل عن حقه بمحاكمة من قبل هيئة محلفين، وأنه ننتظر أنه يكمل هذا الصف والدرس بالسياقة وبعدين ربما يكون عرض من المدعي العام والمحكمة للمتهم.
All right. Very good. Then I'm going to set this matter for a bench trial. I'll set it for September 13th, 2022 at 10:30.
موعد المحاكمة القادمة اكتبوا يم عندك، هو محاكمة من قبل القاضية 13 في شهر التاسع الشهر القادم سنة 22 في الساعة 10:30 صباحا. And Your Honor, will it be on Zoom too?
Yes.
حتكون عن طريق الزوم، ما في لزوم تحضر للمحكمة، تكون بالزوم عبر الأثير.
Okay, تمام.
Prior to the date of the trial, Mr. Ahmed must take the defensive driving course and present it with that certificate.
Yeah. قبل ما تحضر الموعد الجلسة القادمة لازم أنت تكمل هذا الصف في السياقة ولازم تجيب الشهادة وتحضرها للمحكمة قبل موعد القادم للجلسة القادمة. مفهوم؟ Okay.
All right, very good. If no other questions, thank you, sir. You are excused.
أنت انتهيت، الله معك، أنت ممكن تذهب. انتهيت. الله معك، حياك الله.
Okay, تمام، مع السلامة.
Goodbye.
Now, somebody has to make sure he gets the information for the defensive driving course, please.
Okay, Sayyid Ahmed.
And now, if I may, Your Honor, we're having them go through the probation department for getting the information for the driving course.
But I need to make sure that that's been communicated to him. Otherwise, he'll come back and he won't be ready.
اوكي سيد احمد، القاضيه بتقول انه انت من الضروري انه تحصل على شهاده في هذا الدرس في هذا الصف لتحسين سياقتك، وراح يتخلوك يتكلمون مع دائره فتره المراقبه الحين، وربما اكون معك لحتى يعطوا لك وين بتروح تاخذ هذا الدرس. مفهوم؟
اوكي تمام مظبوط.
اوكي حياخذوك ذا الحين الى probation department قسم فتره المراقبه لحتى يعطوا لك العنوان وين تروح تحضر الدرس. اوكي.
Very good. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hermes. Good to see you always.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's always good to see you too. Thank you.
Very good. I am ready on Ibrahim Al-Zakari. I have the following matters: ZSP 127-06431. I also have case number SP 127-0643, counts 2, and SP 127-062-231. All right. Counsel or?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, ma'am. Are you serving as the attorney for Mr. Al-Zakari?
No, I would like to apologize. The attorney had an emergency and had to leave the office during the time of the hearing. Mr. Al-Zakari is present, but he would like to request a reschedule to adjourn from today to a different date. Mr. S. Nicholas Franzak is the attorney.
All right. So I can adjourn it until tomorrow. Will the attorney be able to do it tomorrow?
Perfect.
Does that work?
Yes.
Or I can adjourn it till tomorrow. And
Okay.
so I'll adjourn all three of those matters to August the 18th, 2022, and I'll put them on for 10:30 a.m.
I'm so sorry. I just checked his calendar right now. He has another hearing in the 31st district. Can we do it on Tuesday? Do you hear anything on Tuesday?
Yes, I do. And so I'll do it on the 23rd of August, okay?
What time?
That would be 10:30 a.m.
Okay, I am so sorry. I sincerely apologize. Both will be present.
No problem. Thank you. And I hope things work out for the attorney.
Thank you so much. You have a great evening.
You do the same. All right, let's keep going. I see Mr. Antonio Austin. Mr. Austin.
Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful. I have the following matters. Case number SP 132-59771, SP 132-59781. Mr. Austin, state your full name for me, please.
Antonio Austin.
All right, thank you. Our counsel, who's representing Mr. Austin?
Ryan Hill, on behalf of Mr. Austin, there's been a recommendation for a dismissal. Will stipulate the probable cause, proper documentation.
Thank you. And that's as to both matters, Attorney Hill? It is. I see Mr. Rosenthal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then I'm granting the motion. Both are dismissed without prejudice. Thank you, Mr. Austin. Enjoy the rest of your evening. All right. Mr. Alexander, you have to place your face. Mr. Andrews, I'm not able to see you. You're in the dark. I'm not going to call you if I can't capture your image. Are we ready on Marquise Alexander?
We are.
All right, wonderful. I have the following: SP 125-6838, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Alexander, state your full name, please. You're muted. Let me have you unmute, sir.
Marquise Marie Prince on the top.
All right, thank you, sir. Counsel, how are we proceeding today?
Ryan Hill, on behalf of Mr. Alexander, my client's continuing his not guilty plea and requesting a
reprimand.
Sir. Oh. He's requesting a bench trial, Judge. My only question is, Mr. Alexander seems to have a formal hearing / pretrial. I would just ask if Christopher Young, the officer's here, and if he's not, I'd ask that the formal hearing for one-armed driving be dismissed.
Okay, did the officer check in, Ms. Mack?
No, Judge.
All right, in response, Attorney Rosenthal?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we don't have a complaining witness for the formal hearing, and I am fine with that as long as we set the other misdemeanor charge for pretrial.
For a trial.
Or a bench trial, yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So I am going to grant your motion, Mr. Hill. I'm dismissing without prejudice count 2. Count 1, I'm going to schedule for your client's requesting a bench trial. Is that correct?
Mr. Alexander, you understand you have a right to a bench trial where the judge would hear the matters, or a jury trial, a cross-section of your peers would hear the matter and determine your innocence or guilt?
On exactly which matter are we referring to? Is it the driving with one hand or the no insurance, which I have proof of?
You have to pay attention because that was just dismissed by the court. It's just the misdemeanor that we're setting for a trial date, like we discussed, right?
Both are misdemeanors. I'm trying to figure which one are you talking about.
So, Your Honor,
you and I spoke in the breakout room. The driving with one arm is a civil infraction. I told you that I'd never seen it charged before, but it's a civil infraction. That's dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No insurance. Okay. Like a bench trial or a jury trial, sir?
Jury.
And if I may, Your Honor and Attorney Hill, did you get to see his proof of insurance? Because I didn't know he had valid documentation.
He does, but he doesn't want it. He wants to
doesn't.
stay in court.
Absolutely. Then let's just push it to whatever trial we need.
Okay, all right, very good. I am going to set this matter for trial. It will be September 6, 2022, and that will be at 10:30 a.m. Anything else for my consideration on Zoom?
Nothing, Judge. Thank you so much.
All right, very good. All
You can
right.
leave, Mr. Alexander.
I can address the judge.
Mr. Alexander, what would you like to say? Your matter is scheduled for trial.
Okay, Judge, before that happens, Mr. Alexander, I'm highly suggesting you do not make a statement right now based on what you discussed with me. However, you have every right to address the judge if you'd like.
Why don't you follow your attorney's advice, sir? Okay.
Enough said. Enough said. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Abram Andrews. I have the following matters for Mr. Andrews. I have case numbers SP 126-88031, SP 126-8798, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Andrews, state your full name for me, please.
Abram Ishmael Andrews Jr.
Thank you, sir. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I did speak to my client. These are two matters are set for a formal hearing, one set for a pretrial. I was gonna have everything set for a pretrial / trial date, but in the interim, while I was doing that, Mr. Rosenthal actually sent me a chat about an offer. So can you put Mr. Andrews in a breakout room, and at the end of the docket, I'll go in and talk to him about that offer?
Okay, very good. There's also an officer that's on, our Corporal Haupt. Are you here on Mr. Andrews?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And then counsel, you should know that I had one matter, driving while license revoked. That was a misdemeanor, and then there are 3 civil infractions that are scheduled for formal hearing on today.
Because you know what, can you put me in a breakout room real quick so that way the corporal doesn't have to sit around? I'll just give the offer real quick and we'll come back.
Yes, sir. All right, very good. Ms. Wilson, who do you want to go with you, Mr. Attorney Hill? Just you and the corporal?
No, just me and my client, that's all.
Oh, okay, very good. So Ms. Wilson, Mr. Andrews, and Attorney Hill, please. All right. Am I missing anyone else? Mr. Ahmed is still on. Mr. Werbling, were you able to work something out?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe we're ready to proceed.
All right, I'm gonna call the cases. Ms. Mack, I'm going backwards. I don't like going backwards, but I am today. I have to go back to 8:30. I have case number SP 127-33431, SP 122-189-2, counts 1 and 2, and case number V 121-933-21. Counsel?
And Your Honor, may it please this court, Ben Werbling, P64889 on behalf of Mr. Ahmed.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. State your full name again for the record. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Ali Abdullah Ahmed.
Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Werbling, what are we doing?
My client understands he has an absolute right to be presumed innocent, to have a trial by judge or jury, understands that the burden's on the government to prove these allegations and all the elements of the crimes beyond a reasonable doubt and to remain silent, and other associated trial rights. He wants to waive those rights and avail himself of the city's offer, whereby those first 2 traffic misdemeanor cases, I'll do the last 3 digits, 921 and 2 and 431. Those 3 would be dismissed. And then my client would be pleading guilty as charged to the V ticket with a recommendation to be pursuant to a 6-month delayed sentence.
All right, very good. Let me have you raise your right hand for me, please. Mr. Ahmed, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Counsel, you may proceed.
So, Mr. Ahmed, the date and time in question at the alleged location, were you the owner of a dog?
Yes, sir.
And the specific breed is a husky.
Yes, sir.
And is it true, as alleged by the people, that dog did get loose, although albeit briefly, from your property? It went through the gate.
Yes, sir.
And that occurred in the city of Detroit, correct?
Yep. Yes, sir.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I'm accepting your plea of guilty. I'm following the 6-month delayed sentence. I'll review this matter on February 17, 2023, and that will be at 10:30 a.m. I am assessing the cost in the amount of $200. The fine will be $50. As long as your client gets it paid before his 6-month review date, Mr. Werbling, he's in great shape. He does not have to come back. The remaining matters will be dismissed. They won't be dismissed until he's paid this in full and he's reached his 6 months for his delayed sentence, okay?
Thank you, Judge. He may have posted a bond, but I don't know. I might have to have that verified by Ms. Mack on the dog case specifically.
All right, if he has posted a bond and there's a valid portion of the bond remaining, it can be applied to his fines and costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal.
Yes, thank you all for taking care of that.
Thank you. Thank you, Your
Very
Honor.
good. All right, who do I have left? I have Anaya, sir. I need you to get in the camera so that I can see you.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can now. All right, I have case number SB 1273408, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Anaya, please state your full name.
Fabian Fernando Anaya.
Thank you and good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Ryan, on behalf of Mr. Anaya, my understanding is this matter is going to be dismissed with a stipulation of probable cause, so stipulated.
All right, very good. And I am Mr. Rosenthal dismissing without prejudice both matters. Anything else for my consideration?
Nothing, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I have a question. Can I please say one? So I believe I paid it was a $90 ticket online. I'm not sure what that went to. So I just wanted to clarify to see what that went to.
Okay, you can call the courtroom, speak with my clerk to see if she's able to help you. You may not be able to get her today because she's got a number of things she's wrapping up for me today. But you can certainly call her and that number is in the chat, okay?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, you're very welcome. Take care, sir.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. All right. Am I missing anyone else other than, did someone go into the breakout room?
I believe Attorney Hill did, Your Honor.
Oh, are you ready, Attorney Hill? You have to tell me, refresh my memory on the case. Is it Abrams? No, Abram Andrews.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have to close the breakout room. I think he's in there still, Judge.
Okay.
And it looks to be that we also have a W. Adams as well, Your Honor.
I've already done Mr. Wilbur Adams.
He was the one that was in the courtroom. That's just hasn't been shut down in the conference room.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ms. Mack. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right, let's go to Abram Andrews again. I'm recalling SB 126-88031, SB 126-8798, counts 1, 2, and 3. Counsel.
Ryan Hill on behalf of the defendant. Sir, state your name. Take yourself off mute.
Abram Andrews.
Thanks, sir. And then for the officer, your name and badge number.
Corporal Nicholas Haupt, badge 1789.
Thank you so much. Okay, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Judge, my client's going to avail himself of the offer. He's going to be pleaded to an amended charge of failing to display an operator's permit, as well as an amended charge of 6 to 10 over. Mr. I'm sorry, sir, you do understand you have a right to a jury trial, correct?
Yes.
And you're waiving your right to a jury in a bench trial, and you're going to plead guilty today, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, you want me to establish the factual basis for the fail to display?
Let me have him raise his right hand for me. I have, thank you, study to see you. There you go. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hill, you may proceed.
Strangers, on the date that you were issued the citation, were you operating a motorized vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you got pulled over by a city of Detroit police officer, Corporal Oh. You're pulled over, right?
Yes.
And you failed to display an operator's permit, correct?
Yes.
And prior to that, you were speeding anywhere from 21 to 25 over the legal speed limit. Is that accurate?
Okay, yes.
Satisfied, Judge.
Thank you. I'll accept your plea of guilty as to the driving with revoked license. Mr. Hill, did you go through that factual basis?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, there's some noise that's going in and out.
Mr. Andrews is, press mute, Mr. Andrews.
Okay, all right. And so I'm accepting that plea. I'll reduce the charge to failure to display a valid operator's license. I'm also accepting the plea of responsible, and I'm amending the charge to 6 to 10 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. I will assess the statutory fine in the amount of $135 on that matter, and then ask to the misdemeanor for failure to display. Was there anything you wanted me to know, Mr. Attorney Hill?
No, Judge.
All right, I'm assessing our costs in the amount of $200, and the fine will be $50. How quickly can your client get both of these matters paid?
Maybe like in a couple of weeks, maybe.
Attorney Hill, what I'll do is I'll give your client 30 days to get it paid. I'll schedule this matter for review on September 16th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as he has it paid, he does not have to return. His 2 matters that he's pled to will be closed out, and the 2 that are remaining will be dismissed without prejudice. If for some reason he does not get it paid before this date, he does have to return to court.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. All right. Did I get everyone that was physically or present in court today? Thank you, officer. Please be safe.
Thank you very much, and your staff have a great day.
All right.
Thank you, Corporal.
All right. If I didn't miss anyone, I need to call the remainder of the docket. I'm on 130. I have Fariki Albuquerque, SP 132-33151, scheduled for pretrial for drag racing as a spectator. Did Albuquerque show up today? Did not. KPS will issue and the bond will be set at $25 cash or surety. I have for, I missed something. Nope, I did not. Let's see, Bryshawn Amar, SP 127-22021, was scheduled for a review today. Ms. Mack, can you tell me what that review was for?
Okay, give me a couple seconds. Sorry, I didn't see that, Judge.
While she's looking it up, I'll call the final matter that I have on my docket, and that's for Evlonda Andrews, SP 126-6385, counts 1, 2, and 3. Scheduled for, one matter was scheduled for pretrial. KPS will issue. That bond is set at $25, cash or surety. And the other 2 matters were scheduled for hearing, and default judgments will be entered as to those 2 matters. Ms. Mack?
Okay, so I looked at Mr. Amar. It looks like it was a delayed sentence and they had to pay $285 and they did not.
All right, then KPS will issue and they did not appear today. The bond will be set at $285, which is the amount owed. All right, very good. That's all that I have on the docket today. Did I miss anything for the 130 docket? No?
I think that's everything.
All right. I don't know how well an afternoon docket works on mental health court day, but thank you all for showing up. I appreciate it. We did get it done. And I appreciate it. Everybody has the same like look that I have. And so while I may not know what your look is for, okay. All right. I heard someone chime in.
Mr. Andrews again, Your Honor.
When I get a moment, when you get a moment, Judge.
Yes, you want me to just call you?
It doesn't, no, it's about a defendant. I just missed the amount that you gave for the last defendant, Ali Ahmed, for that dog at large. I missed the amount that you gave him. I got the 6-month delay.
Yes, ma'am. I did cost at $200 and the fine is $50.
Okay, thank you. I
Okay.
just missed that part. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. And I'm sure I'll see some of you around.
Bye, Judge. Bye, everybody.
All right, take care.
Bye, have a good evening.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.